But I think that the greatest contributions that I've made to the cause of justice were the work that I did in writing the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution. And with your humble pleasure, I'd like to end our evening's discussion with those two documents. Now, when the conflict between Great Britain and the colonies began, I held out hope that a peaceful solution would be found. In fact, as late as 1774, I was in London trying to help find that peaceful solution, but in 1774, it finally occurred to me how completely closed-minded the English power was, and how completely bloody-minded the English crown was. And so I left London and came back to this country, promising never again to make peace. Now, I had a very multifaceted, one might say, view of the afterlife and the nature of God. But one thing I had never been able to wrap my mind around was the idea of a vengeful God sending punishment down upon mankind. It just didn't make much sense to me. However, in 1774, and for a few years afterwards, I prayed to a vengeful God because it did not seem right to me that King George, for all his cruelty, would not in the end end up burning in hell. Now, the Declaration was written primarily by three of us: Thomas Jefferson, myself, and John Adams, and most of the world's Jeffersons. Adams, he was an unpleasant man, but none of this, and by this I mean our American experiment, would have happened were it not for his tenaciousness, generally bullying people into doing what they wanted. The Irish took on to add a little of the gentleman of poor Richard's documents. We hold these truths to be self-evident. Arrogant. No, I thought it was important that it be stated up front that the rights that we were demanding, came to us from nature. They were not given to us by a king or a parliament or some government. They were not derived from some philosophy out of Roman Stoicism. They did not even come to us from God, but from the ever-present laws of the natural world. Now, I thought that was very important to state right up front, because as long as I knew after I was dead, some fool would come along and figure he could just give those rights away. And of course, I thought to get some very earnest congressmen to agree to sign with me. They who can give up essential liberty to obtain a little safety deserve neither liberty nor safety. Gentlemen, we must all hang together. Or assuredly, we will all hang separately. And luckily enough, they did sign that document, and we had ourselves a nation. But the Declaration of Independence was not the only document that we needed. And 10 years later, the United States hung precariously on the edge of collapse. September 17, 1787. Very important day in the history of this country. That was the day the Constitutional Convention adjourned, having signed the document under which we have been ruled and governed quite peacefully for over 2 centuries. Now, the United States at this time was a very different nation than it is today. There were over 4 million citizens, 13 states. Philadelphia, where the convention was held, with its booming 40,000 inhabitants, was the biggest city in all these United States. 55 delegates for 12 states. Rhode Island refused to send any delegates. Rhode Island. Labour for 119 days, one of the hottest summers on record, to write and produce the American Constitution. Now, I attempted to attend every single day of the convention I could, but I had terrible gout that summer. And even on the days where I could attend, I couldn't walk. So I had to be carried from my house in a sedan chair, carried by 4 convicts that I borrowed from a local prison. Now, in the chamber, there were many great Americans, names that you would know. George Washington was there, Alexander Hamilton was there. But 2 of our greatest voices were gone. John Adams was in London, Thomas Jefferson was in Paris. Both of them striving to put economic trade deals together to keep the tottering American economy afloat. Their voices were so useful in the writing of the Declaration were sort of black to mist in action. There were many differing opinions about what our constitutions should should be. Many painful compromises forced upon all of us. Some days it seemed the convention would just fall apart from all the anger and disjointed disagreement. Some days delegates would storm out of the room, oftentimes not stopping their storming until they ended up back in their own original states, never to be seen again. In one of those moments where it seemed the convention might falter, I arose and spoke. Mr. President! The small progress we've made after 4 or 5 weeks close attendance and continual reasoning to each other, our different sentiments on almost everywhere. Several of the last groups, as many no's as ayes, is, we think, a melancholy proof of the imperfection of the human understanding. We indeed seem to feel our own lack of political wisdom. Some have been running around in search. We've gone back to ancient history for models of government and examined the different forms of those republics, which have been formed with seeds of their own dissolution. Now no longer exist. And we viewed modern states all around Europe to find none of their constitutions suitable to our circumstances. In this situation of necessity, groping as we are in the dark to find political truth and scarcely able to distinguish it when it is presented to us. How has it happened, sir, that we have not hitherto once thought of humbly applying to the fountain of lights to illuminate our understanding? If a sparrow cannot fall to the ground without his notice, is it probable that an empire can rise without his aid? We have been assured so in the sacred writings that except the Lord build the house, they labor in vain who build it. I firmly believe this, and I also believe that without his concurring aid, we should succeed in this political building no better than the builders of Babel. We should be divided in our little partial local interests. Our projects will be confounded, and we ourselves shall become a reproach and a lie to future ages. And what is worse, mankind will hereafter from this unfortunate instance despair of establishing governments by human wisdom and leave it to chance, or war, or conquest. I therefore beg you to prove that henceforth prayers imploring the assistance of heaven and his blessings on our deliberations be held in this assembly every morning before we proceed to business, and that one or more of the clergy of the city be requested to officiate in that service. Thank you. Now, I've held many different beliefs about the power of prayer. And I'm not sure even to this day how much I believe or don't believe in this power, but I do believe one thing. When good men are praying, they cannot be genuine with each other. And even though my proposal was eventually voted down, I think the very fact that I made it seem to add some form to the proceeding and the convention went on. Finally, we came to a part. Service where there seemed to be no more compromises available. We had done all the work, smoothed all the edges that we could, and still there were many in the chamber, very many, including myself, who were uncertain whether they should sign the document or not. Now I knew we had to sign it unanimously. We had to be unanimous in our agreement with this Constitution so that we could take it up among our constituents and have their respect for it. On the final day at the convention, my gout was too terrible for me to attend, so I wrote a speech, and I sent it on in my place to be read by a fellow delegate, Judge Wilson. Had I been there that day, it might have sounded something like this. Mr. President, I confess there are several parts of this Constitution which I do not at present approve. But I'm not sure that I will never approve. For having lived long, I've experienced many instances where being obliged by better information or fuller consideration to change opinions, even on important subjects, for which I once thought right, but later found otherwise. It is therefore the older I grow, the more apt I am to doubt my own judgment and pay more respect to the judgment of others. Most men, indeed, as well as most sects in religion, think themselves in possession of all truth Mr. Steele, Protestant, in a dedication tells the Pope that the only difference between our churches in their opinions of the certainty of their doctrines is that the Church of Rome is infallible, and the Church of England is never wrong. But though many private persons think almost as highly of their own infallibility as of their sect, few express it so naturally as a certain French lady I know, who in a dispute with her sister said, "I don't know how it happened, sister, but I meet with nobody but myself who's always in the right." In these sentiments, sir, I agree to this Constitution with all its faults, if they are such, because I think a general government necessary for us, and there's no form of government but what may be a blessing to the people if well administered, and believe, Father, that this is likely to be well administered for a course of years, and can only end in despotism, as other forms have done before it, when the people shall become so corrupted as to need a despotic government, being incapable of any other. I doubt, too, whether any other convention we can obtain may be able to make a better constitution. It astonishes me, sir, to find this system approaching so near to perfection as it does, and I think it will astonish our enemies, who are waiting with confidence to hear that our councils are confounded like those of the builders of Babel, and that our states are on the point of separation, only to meet hereafter for the purpose of cutting one another's throats. Thus I consent, sir, to this Constitution, because I expect no better, and because I'm not sure that it's not the best. The opinions that I have had of its errors, I sacrifice to the public good. I've never whispered a syllable of them abroad. Within this walls they were born, and here they shall die. If every one of us, in returning to our constituents, were to report the objections he's had to, and endeavor to gain partisans in support of them, we might prevent it being generally received, and therefore lose all the salutary effects and great advantages resulting naturally in our favor among foreign nations as well as among ourselves from our real or apparent unanimity. On the whole, sir, I cannot express a wish that every member of this convention who may still have objections to it would with me, on this occasion, doubt a little of his own infallibility, to make manifest our unanimity. Put his name upon the instrument. And to our good and great fortune, the very next day, 39 delegates, including myself, representing 12 states, except Rhode Island, signed this document, and we took it abroad and allowed our handiwork to first be shown to the nation. We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of our liberty for ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. After signing the documents, all went outside the hall. I was approached by a very nervous woman who I know she's the wife of the mayor of Philadelphia. She said, Dr. Frederick, what have you done to us? What kind of government have you given us? Is it a republic or is it a monarchy? I said, my dear lady, it's a republic. If you can keep it. My small tongue, she answered quite over the head, because I don't believe she read much history. But I had quite a lot. And I have known that every republic, every attempted democracy the world had ever known, both in modern eras and back into ancient times, even before the Christian days, had all failed. All of them. And they had all failed for one quite clear and cogent reason. They had failed because the people of them had abdicated their responsibility. I believe my time is nearly up. I think we've all suffered through my time quite a lot. But if I might ask and wise to wait. I wake up every morning at 9 and grab for the morning paper. Then I look at the obituary page. If my name is not on it, I get up. There will be plenty of time to sleep once you're here. Towards the end of my life, Congress appointed Thomas Jefferson to come replace me as the ambassador to the French court. When he arrived at my house in Paris, Jefferson found me at 78 years of age, sitting on a couch, surrounded by beautiful madames and mademoiselles kissing me and being kissed. Jefferson wondered if these benefits might be transferred to the new ambassador. I thought about it for a few moments and then I shook my head and I said, I'm sorry, Tom. You're far too young. The last letter that I ever received was 7 days before my death, 84 years of age. If to be venerated for benevolence, if to be admired for talents, if to be esteemed for patriotism, if to be beloved for philanthropy can gratify the human mind, you have the pleasing consolation to know that you have not lived in vain. Be assured that as long as I retain my memory, you will be thought of with respect, veneration, and by your sincere friend, George Washington. I am, of course, born from this earth, but I, from the depths of my heart, cannot tell you how proud I am of what we accomplished as a wonderful heart Sunday in Philadelphia all those years ago. It was not accomplished without all the pains of birthing a new nation, and it will not continue if each and every American does not take the personal responsibility to seek its victories. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I wish you continued joy of your republic. If you please.